Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 221. Is that right? Looking at my show notes from last week. Yep, 221. And today is Friday, September 15th, 2023. I got my coffee in my knitting Jedi mug. Love it. Pumpkin spice creamer. And this is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today, it is all knitting. Oh, I love the pumpkin spice. I am aware a lot of people have been sending me recipes for pumpkin spice creamer so I can have it a year round. As much as I would love that, I think I would get tired of it. So I just really get excited when it's like usually August, end of July, it comes in my stores and I just get so excited. So that's enough about coffee creamer. I will have all of my show notes right down there in the description box. Just click the word more. Everything should drop down for you. I will have everything that I talk about today down there. Patterns, bags, yarns, reading and watching. It will all be down there. Looking at my show notes. We have the cowl that's going to start. I got all of the details so I can tell you everything today. I'm going to put up a sticky note. It's going to have a bad word on it. So if you have children around that know how to read, please have them look away, okay? I try not to swear on my podcast. So this is how we're going to do it. And I don't do editing. I do very minimal editing. So that is the cowl that is co-hosted with me. Amie from Happy Little Yarn and Lindsay from Lazy Lemon Creations. I will also link down below their YouTube channels and their Instagrams. So go follow them. This will be hosted just on Instagram, we decided. So use that hashtag that I just showed you. It will also be down below if you missed it. And this is just a cowl to get you motivated to finish your stuff. It starts September 23rd. That is the first day of fall. And it ends November 30th. So just use that hashtag. And also you have to follow all three of us on Instagram. So you can tag us. You can use the hashtag. Whips are allowed. Knit or crochet. And I think that's it. Yes, this is just a cowl to get you motivated to clear off your needles, finish some gift knits or gift crochets, finish those Christmas presents early because it's going to be here before you know it. It's already the middle of September. What? Yeah, you can cast on something new if you want, or you can just finish some whips. Doesn't matter. So yeah, it's just going to be hosted on Instagram. We decided that's easier, and there will be prizes. Each one of us will be picking a winner, and we will be giving out a pattern of your choice on Ravelry. So I think that's it. Get excited to finish your stuff. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, I have my mystery. Should I open my mystery skein? I know you're all like, you've already seen one of my finished objects. I didn't talk about how many finished objects. I have 5 finished objects and 3 whips. Works in progress. Yeah. So I think let's open the mini skein, or not mini skein, the mystery skein. That's this project that I started over here. I took like 12 skeins out of my stash. I think it was in August, early August. I wrapped these up. I numbered them. I put little pieces of paper with the numbers on there. So I think I said once I finished this, I would open a new skein, and I did. So I think we should open one. What do you think? I already have 3 whips. I might just cast it on anyway. Now that I am done with like big projects until the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, I'm just gonna be knitting socks until October. So I feel like, whoops, some tags came out. I just have pieces of paper in there. That's what I'm stirring, if you can hear it. Okay, I'm not gonna look. Is that just one? I can't tell. Yep, okay. All right, which number did we pick? Number 1. Okay, that one's right on top, so that's nice. And these are all indie dyed skeins, and they're all self-striping, and I plan to do socks with all of them. Some of them are sock sets, some of them are not. Okay, I feel like this is a sock set. I think I can feel a mini in there. So let's open it. I wrapped them in tissue paper because that's all I had, and when I had this revelation idea, so I kind of got this idea from a bookstagram. I saw somebody like wrap all of their books and then had the number, and it was brilliant. But I'm like, I don't have books like that. I usually just get my books from the library and I return them. So I'm like, oh, I can do that with yarn. I'm like, I am not wrapping all of them, so I just decided to do 12. Maybe like do once a month. I don't know. We'll see what happens in October. This is difficult. Okay, here we go. Sorry if it's really noisy. It's another Freckled Whimsy. Oh, yes. I remember this one. This is from May 2023. Pink, red, and blue. It is called Ditto. Oh, I'm excited. I remember wrapping a lot. I think I did like 3 or 4 Freckled Whimsy Yarn of the Month clubs because I'm behind. I was hoping that this would get me ahead. And I'm getting 2 a month, and so far I've been knitting at least 1 a month. So I'm still gonna have, I don't know how in the world I should just have 1 a month, but I can't. I love Freckled Whimsy. So here we go. We got navy blue, blue, red, pink. Oh, love it. So I will be making socks with these. Maybe I will cake this up today and cast on. Okay, so that is the mystery skein. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited. Okay, I guess we will talk about finished objects now. And you're all like, get on with it. Look what I finished. Finished my Penguono, guys. I did it. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Okay, this is the Penguono by Stephen West. I knit this using a US 10.5, which is a 6.5 millimeter, I think. I used 3 strands of fingering weight held together. This thing weighs 1,002 grams, which is like close to my blanket. I think my blanket was like 1,500 or something like that. And I cast this on. This was my birthday cast on, and I finished it on Tuesday, which was the 12th. Yeah. So less than a month I finished this. And I did use the Yarnable for the I-cord all the way around the edge. That's where I joined it. Kind of looks a little wonky right there, but that's where I joined it. So there's the bottom of it. I made it, I think I did the large size. I think I did the large. And I made it the same exact size as my other Penguono because I loved it. It is very oversized and it's like a yarn robe. I love it. I used scraps. I did buy some skeins. I think I bought five Leading Men Fiber Arts skeins to go with my collection of greens. I managed to get the sleeves to match. I was so happy about that. I thought I was going to run out. So I kind of did a little fading with the sleeves. I did, my ends are woven in. I didn't snip them yet. I did the mint I-cord, and that's the same as this. This is Knitpick Stroll. This is one of their new colorways. So I did that. So they match. I guess I'll show you the back. I love this thing so stinking much. I love it. I can't see, but there's the back. So when I got to the sleeves, my hands started hurting again. So I've come to the realization, because this is my second one I've knit, that seed stitch, my hands don't like. My hands, my wrists, my knuckles, I cannot do it for a long period of time, which made me sad because when I got to the sleeves, I was like so close to finishing it. I'm like, I want to finish this. So, yep, and then that's the armpit, whatever you want to call it. They went all the way up the side. That's Knitpick Stroll. So I used Stroll and Indie dyed. Oh. I'm so excited. So you're probably going to be seeing this a lot because I think this is my favorite. It has been getting cooler here, so I've been able to wear my sweaters. And I've been wearing my garter marler like for the past few days. I blocked it and it grew like a whole bunch, so it is very like robe-like. It doesn't come down to my knees or anything, but it covers my butt, which I like that. So I think if I make another one of those, it'd probably be wise to do a size down, but I like stuff oversized, so I will wear it this fall and winter, and then we'll see. Hopefully I will wear it on the podcast. Maybe I should switch it up. I have 2 Penguonos and my garter marler. I figured out last year that I am a cardigan girl. So I've made like 3 pullovers, and I don't wear them. It's not the first thing I grab. So I won't be making any more pullovers. Cardigans all the way. Okay, now you're ready for my last 4 finished objects. I went on a rampage this week. I don't know what happened. I was just like, I was so motivated. I'm like, I see the finish line. I just have to finish things. I'm trying to get this all situated so I can show it all pretty. And you probably already saw my sock blockers. That's right. I finished my Advent socks, guys. Finished. I will show them one at a time here, but they're all done. These are all using an Advent, a Harry Potter Advent from Yarn Cafe Creations and Dragon Horde Yarns. Last year, 2022, I knit a square in my Cozy Memories blanket that I finished last month, and I knit the rest of it with socks. So I did US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter. Heels, toes, and cuffs are all in Knitpick Stroll. I did 90 rows total, 21 rows of leg, 12 rows of 2x2 rib. I think that's it. But they're all the same. Okay. And I don't know the names. I don't remember the names. But this is day 21, 22. 21. 21. Day 21. Love it. I did afterthought heels in these ones. I have converted to the heel flap and gusset, but I already started this project and I'm like, I'm not going to stop in between and knit heel flaps because that would be weird. So I have 24 mismatch, or 24 socks that I can wear mismatch. So 21. 22. I really like this one. It's like a brownie purple. I love that pooling. Love it. Okay, 22. 23. I really love this one too. And dun, da, 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 24. As my throat makes a weird noise. Sorry if you heard that. So I finished. So I started this project. I think on my Ravelry page it was April 22nd, I think. So it took me about 6 months-ish. But I did it. I am done. I finished before the mystery knit along. Oh, it just feels so good to get big projects off the needles. And then you're like kind of sad also because you're like, at least for me, I've always worked on these in the evenings. So it was like, okay, it's evening time. It's time to knit my advent sock. And now it's like, they're done. I don't have to knit them. So then I'm like, well, what do I do? Just pick another whip. So, yep, there they are. They're all done. I have not taken any pictures. I haven't been sharing a lot on Instagram this week because I forgot, and I feel like if I wait or if I share stuff, even if I'm like chatting with people, it's like I don't know if I should tell them what I'm working on or what I finished, because if they watch my YouTube channel, they're already gonna know that I finished things, and it kind of spoils it. So we'll see. Maybe Monday or Tuesday I will post like finished objects pictures. All right, that is the finished objects. This might be your shorter episode today. We'll see. All right, whip number 1. I had a viewer message me or left a comment last week about whose this was because they have the same exact bag. This is 3 by the Sea Designs. I bought this like a long time ago when I think they were just doing bags. Now they're doing yarn and stitch markers and bags. And so you will not find this particular bag in their shop, but they have lots of other goodies. Oh, so they will be linked down below. Okay, this is... Now, these whips don't have a lot of progress done, obviously, because I was working on this. But I do have... This one has a lot on it. I got a lot done on this one. Night Owl Fibers. And this is the Spooky Fun 2023. 75/25 base. I love her base. It's thick and plump. All right, this one came with a mini. So, and this mini is not in the sequence. It's brighter. It's a brighter orange. And I was here last week, so I got the leg done. And the heel, look at that. It's a heel flap. It's a slip stitch heel flap. I used Vanilla Sock on Magic Loop by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. It will be linked down below. It's been a while since I've done one. I still have to look at the pattern for the heel flap. Like once I get the first few rows, and then it's like, okay, I got it. Same thing with the heel flap. I'm like, I know how many rows I need to do. Just I need to like look at the pattern for like 2 rows, and I'm like, okay. So I haven't memorized it yet, but I'm getting there. My light's just flashing on me. So I just finished the gusset decreases. So now I'm just knitting on the foot. I still have to try it on to make sure that before I get to the toe. at some point, I have a rough idea that I think I need to do like 140-ish rows. But it seems like every time I knit, I change where I'm putting my heel. So that throws it off a little bit. So my markers are counting my rows. I will link a video down below with more information. This one is where I started my heel flap. And I forgot to mention, this little pumpkin is from Simply Serving. He's cute. I bought him a couple years ago. I decided to break out my Halloween stitch markers. I have more coming on Monday. I placed an order with Twin Mountain Handcrafts. So when I get those, I might be switching out. I might leave it on here. Maybe I'll put it on a different whip. I have a couple more whips that I'll probably put it on this. I know this isn't fall or Halloween, but I'm still gonna do it. So yep, that is that. I did 12 rows of 2x2 rib, magic loop. These are Chiaogoo red lace, 2.5 millimeter, which is a US 1.5, 64 stitches. So this is the heel flap, and guess it is easy. It is not. It is not hard like I thought it was. And maybe the first couple were like, well, what's going on? And then after like the fourth one, like, okay, that's it. I have to, I make my friend socks, Amie from Raverly Yarn, and I always use an afterthought heel for hers. And since she can't try them on, I'm kind of nervous about trying the heel flap, I guess, with her. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is get a sock ruler. I might have to get a sock ruler. I don't think I have one. I've never used one. I've always used a measuring tape. I know you're supposed to measure from like here out, but it's hard to do it when it's on the needles. And I feel like, I'm like, is that accurate? I don't want to make her socks and not have them fit. So I might have to invest in a sock ruler, I think. Because I know I could just stick it in the heel and then measure. So I think I have to get on that. So that is that. This is just the first sock. But since I don't have any big projects, I'm just gonna be working on socks all the time. So I don't know. I don't want to promise that these will be done, but it's possible. All right, and that is whip number 1. Whip number 2 was in my bag from Amie from Raverly Yarn, and she also got me that pin. Love it. There's her tag. I know she's not doing pre-orders anymore. I think she's just making bags when she feels like it and puts them in her shop. So I don't know if she has any. I don't think she's selling any right now, but I will have her Instagram down below so you can check her out. Okay, this is the September 2023 Freckled Whimsy skein. I got it on the Splendid base, which is 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon. And there is the colorway, Something Wicked This Way Comes. Somebody left me a message or comment saying it was from Shakespeare, I think. I'm like, okay, that makes sense why I'm reading it and it sounds weird. Okay, these ones I did not get a lot done, but I worked on them last night, and then this morning, it's been a day already. My daughter's bus was canceled. Shortage of bus drivers again, so this year is probably going to be, I'm going to have to take her to school a lot. This is like the second week of school and buses are already being canceled. I get it. I would not want to do that job. Kids nowadays, they're animals. Sorry. I try to teach mine not to be one, but there's so much yelling and cursing, and they're like 11 and 12. I mean, come on, show some respect. So that is probably why there's no bus drivers, because nobody wants to deal with that. Anyway, rant over. Look at this. Look at this. What? So I talked about this last week. It came with a mini. It comes with a black mini. Since it's black every other stripe, I don't think I'm going to use this for my heel flap and gusset, or heel flap and heel turn, I think is what I'm trying to say. So I think I'm just going to use the stripe. So when I get to the heel, I will pull from the inside. I've mentioned this before. I'm knitting from the outside, and it helps not break up the stripes as much if you pull from the inside. So I'll probably either stop at a black or a color stripe. I think I'm going to stop at a color stripe. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. At some point I'm going to stop when it's time for my heel. And here is another monster progress keeper from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. This one came with the Stuart one. I haven't named him yet. I don't know what to name him. I was thinking Steve, but I don't know. He looks kind of scared. So same thing, 2.5 millimeter needles, Chiaogoo red lace, 32-inch cord, 64 stitches, 12 rows of 2x2 rib. These are for me. Oh, I'm excited. Decided to break out some orange light bulb stitch markers just to be festive. So yeah, that's that. Actually, what I should do is move that stitch marker. Probably should have done that with the other one too. So we will know where I'm at. So, I have no idea. I'm not gonna make any promises, but I'm gonna work on socks a lot this week. It's possible to have one done, maybe two. I don't know, maybe none if I get excited and cast on a third sock. So there's that whip. All right, and this is the last whip. This is in a really, really old Freckled Whimsy bag. She does not sell bags anymore, but she used to, I think, when she first started. Now this was a project that I kept forgetting to talk about. Amie from Happy Little Yarn, if you watch her, and Lindsay from Lazy Lemons Creations, if you watch her, you have already seen this project. They started way before me because I wanted to finish my Advent socks first. This might be a longish term project, don't know yet. And I'm like, I need to finish my Advent socks, and she needed to finish her Advent socks. So I'm like, okay, once we were talking about it, we figured out what we were all doing. We all have the same yarn. We're all making litmus cowls with the yarn. I showed this before. The Cuddle Bums. This is the Birthday Rainbows. 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. This is 100 grams. These are 5-gram minis. So we're Amie from Happy Little Yarn is doing white in between. I am doing gray. I'll show you here in a minute. And Lindsay is doing black. So we have white, gray, and black in between. And we all have this. Amie was so generous and bought all of us this. I will link them down below. They are from UK. I don't like buying yarn overseas. It makes me scared. It makes me nervous. I'm afraid it's going to get lost. But she hasn't had any problems with it, so I don't know. So this is the yarn. I started from this end. Excited. So this one does not have a progress keeper on it. I'm hoping I might put something on here, and then once my Halloween ones come, I will put one on there. But I just cast this. I finished my Advent socks like, I don't know, 1 o'clock yesterday. So I'm like, I'm casting on right now. So there is the first mini. I did a few rows of gray, provisional cast on, and like 5 rows of gray. So what I'm I wanted to make sure that it had the same number of rows for the minis and the main color. So I'm like, I'll just do a few rows of the gray. That way, when I pick up my provisional cast on, it might be a little bit easier. I've always had troubles with this. I mean, doing the provisional cast on is not a big deal. Picking up the stitches is not a big deal, but when I Kitchener those together, every time my stitches are twisted, no matter how I picked up. If I pick it up this way, pick it up this way. But with my Star Wars cowl, I noticed that if I picked up, like, not right at the provisional cast on, I did like a row or two down and picked them up, it wasn't that difficult. So I might try that. I might not. I don't know. So I'm using a 16-inch circular Chiaogoo needle. I am using, are these 2s? These are fixed. And I always pick the wrong needle. US 2.5, which is a 3mm. That's what I did my Star Wars cowl on. And I'm like, that's fine. So with the 5-gram mini, I got 14 rows. So now I'm going to be doing 14 rows of gray. And then the mini. If you've watched their podcast, they are like so far ahead of me. But it's okay. It's not a race. But this is very, I love these things because it's like so meditative. It's like meditative. That's the word I was looking for. So it's kind of hard to see what I have, but so we have pink and there's like pooling of rainbows in there. Love it. So I'm probably just gonna work on this for like in the evenings maybe. It's great TV knitting. I just have to pay attention how many rows you do, but other than that, it's pretty easy. Just knitting. The cast on's kind of a pain, but so that's that. Litmus cowl. I will link it down below. And this is the gram using. Sorry, I didn't show that. This is Knitpick Stroll Ash. I believe we're all using Knitpick's yarn. I think Lindsay's using a solid Knitpick's Felici, and Amie and I are using Stroll. So, and this is Ash. So yeah, and I had 3 balls of this in my stash, so I didn't have to purchase any yarn. So yay! And I have a feeling this is not going to live in this bag very long because it's kind of full. So I don't know. We'll see. This might, if this grows, I might have to put it in a different bag. But that is all of my whips. That's it. Now we're going to talk about. I have a little bit of stash and reading and watching, and then some life stuff. So if you're not here for that, I will see you next week. If you're here for it, I hope you are continuing to knit while I talk some more. Okay, let's do reading and watching real fast. I am reading Holly by Stephen King. I didn't listen to it that much this week. I'll talk about that in life stuff, but I am still listening to that. That's on Audible. Used one of my credits. And on my Kindle, I'm reading Mickey 7. It's interesting. I like it. I'm going to continue with that. I'm reading that on my Kindle. I got that from the library. So that's it for reading and watching. I watched a lot of TV this week. It's okay. I finished Grey's Anatomy, season 19. I was so bummed because I wasn't paying attention of how many episodes the season was. I'm just like, I want to watch another one. I want to watch another one. And then there was like this really big like moment. And I'm like, oh no, next episode. And there wasn't any. And I'm like, oh, no. So now I have to wait like probably a year, maybe 2 years before the next season comes out. So I'm assuming there's going to be a season 20. The way that it ended. And I don't know if it's on right now. I don't know when the season starts. Actually, with that writer's strike, I don't know if there is going to be any. It might be a long time before we figure that out. So, yeah, I finished Grey's Anatomy. So good. I love that show. I finished Ozark. Season 4. I finished the last season. Oh my. That show's like right up there with like Breaking Bad. I think Breaking Bad is like my all-time favorite. I did like Walking Dead until they changed some stuff. But Ozark, Breaking Bad, Ozark, Better Call Saul, Walking Dead. Now, I don't know if any of these shows I would rewatch because I already know what is going to happen. Supernatural, I love Supernatural, but I can rewatch that forever. That doesn't bother me. But some of these like intense dramas, it's like, I already know what's going to happen. So, I finished it. I loved it so much. I'm so glad that I decided to watch it. I know it's been out for a long time. But that's one of the good things about procrastinating with a TV show. You can watch it all. You don't have to wait. Like Grey's Anatomy. You don't have to wait for the next season to come out. My husband and I are still watching Babylon 5. Season 5. I think we watched episode 14 last night, and there's 22 episodes. So we're getting closer. 22 episodes a season is way too much. Especially with that show, because it's like, I don't know, it's alright. Not my favorite, but I will finish it. And my husband and I watched a movie last weekend. Don't Worry, Darling. Oh, that was good too. Loved it. All of these are on, nope. Babylon 5 is on Tubi. Everything else is on Netflix that I've talked about. But yes, that movie was so good. And that's it for reading and watching. My foot's falling asleep, so you gotta rearrange myself. Okay. My yarn came for my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. This was like the fastest that I've decided on colors. I think the information came out. You need 4 colors, light to dark, 100 grams each. And I'm like, okay, greens. I don't have a green shawl. We'll see if I regret this decision. Because it is a mystery. I have no idea what it's going to look like. But if I absolutely hate it, I can rip it out and do something else. It would break my heart a little bit because I don't like, it's not that I don't like frogging things. I just feel like with the mystery knit along, it's like you're either committed or you're not. So it's like, I love Stephen West. If anything, this will be just a learning progress or process. I learned so much from his shawls. So, with further ado, I will show you. But I absolutely love my colors, so that's probably that. I'm hoping that will help. So, here we go. And with the mystery knit alongs, I always use Knitpick Stroll because it's cheap. And if I really don't like it, and you know, I could use it for something else, but if I don't, then it's not a big deal. But it would be awesome with this shawl, or with this Penguono. I don't know, is wearing a shawl and a Penguono a bit much? So, here, I think this is the order I'm going to do it in, because this way just looks weird to me. This doesn't look right. So, I think I'm going to do it in this order, and I got 2 balls of each color, because these are 50 grams, and you need 100 grams. So, this is Peapod, one of my favorites. I think this is a new color, Grass. It's looking at, it's more yellowy green in real life, but love it. And this is Everglade Heather. Love this one too. And Aurora Heather. which is a really, really dark green. So all of these came. I know I was talking about last week that there might have been a snafu, but it came finally. I looked at I didn't get an email saying it was shipped, which was a red flag for me. And I'm like, well, that should have shipped by now. So I went to my account, logged in, and it shipped. There was the tracking number, but then it said at the bottom where it was split into 2 orders. And one order had a tracking number, and the second order didn't. So I'm like, oh, good gracious. Does that mean there wasn't a second order, or there was and they forgot? And I'm like, oh no. But when it came, it was all there. So I'm like, phew. Okay. So I am ready. I just have to wind these up. I might, this starts October 5th. So I will slowly wind these up, kick them up. I know with Stroll you don't have to, but I like working from cakes, and sometimes you get surprises with these, like a knot. And I don't want to have a knot when I'm knitting away. It's already going to probably be stressful enough. And I want to have to deal with a knot in it. So here they are. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. So those are my colors. And let's see, he came out with the video about what you need and all that stuff. There was no cable needle, so I was like, I think I'd rather do cables than brioche. Is there brioche? I don't know. I really hope not. He said that we're not going to be doing like, it's not going to be a fade. So, and then we need a spare circular needle. So he's been doing a lot of like modular knitting. I've knit one of his shawls this whole year, or whole summer, I think. So I don't know. I really hope there's no brioche. I mean, I can do it, I just don't like it. It makes me so nervous, probably because I have to do it very slowly, and I really have to pay attention because I have a really hard time fixing it. So that's why I don't like doing it. So cross your fingers for no brioche. I know there's always an alternate if there is brioche, but when I did the shawlography, I didn't like the alternative to the not brioche, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do the brioche, but so we'll see. I hope there's no brioche. So yeah, that is the mystery knit along. What time is it? 9:37. Okay, and this, I didn't ask if I could share this, but I'm going to share this. I talked about her before on here. Stacy. I won't say her Instagram name because I don't know, but she went through her stash and gave me some green yarn because she's the best, and she wrote bag of green. These were colors that she didn't care for, so she decided to give them to me. You're the best, Stacy. All right, and some of these I've never used before. Sock yarn Mars. Never heard of it. It feels like West Yorkshire spinners, and I'm cool with that. I think it's, yep, 75 wool, 25% nylon. Looks like self-striping-ish patterning. So, ooh, love it. And then she gave me a little scrappies, because, you know, scrappies. Love it. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a 75-25, but that's all I can tell. And this is Hobby Yarn Atlas. I've heard of this. This also kind of feels like, it's not as scratchy as this one. Maybe this is like Patton's Croy, and this is like West Yorkshire Spinners, maybe. But Atlas, Hobby Yarn, and I have no idea what this colorway name is. I'll show you that. I have no idea if that means anything to you. And I have no idea how long this has been out, if you can even buy this anymore. This is 75 wool, 25% polyamide, which I believe is another name for nylon. This one looks like a self-striping. Love it. And then this one, this color is so beautiful. I mean, look at that. She was going to send this to me and say, you should use this in your Penguono, but as she was shipping it, I was like on the I-cord. I'm like, I'm almost done. So Barnyard Knits. It doesn't have a colorway name. Oh, there it does. Moss. I was looking at this part. 75.25, 463. I might make a muscle burrow with this. I don't know. Not everybody does this. What do you think? I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this yet. I don't like pattern socks, and I feel like with my Yarnable, it was too plain, and it would be boring to knit just a vanilla sock, and I don't like pattern socks, so that's why I decided to do it. And I also I had 51 grams left, so I used like half of it. So I'm saving all of my scraps from the Yarnables, and I'll probably make scrappy socks at some point. But I did save 5 grams to put in my new Cozy Memories whenever I cast on. But look at that color. It's beautiful. Like an olive green. Love it. And then this one, I think this one, it says DK Mysteries Cane, but this looks like buttons. It looks like buttons because I had a skein of it, but I had it on fingering. But this is going to be mittens. She made mittens with this colorway. Stacy did. She has the same yarn, but she has on a DK. She made mittens, and they're so beautiful. So I have mittens on the brain. And then she sent me this. I'm like, this has to be mittens. It has to be. I don't have green mittens. It's like socks, mittens. I think it needs to be mittens. So I think yep, it's 100 grams. That's enough for mittens. And then I'll just have extra. Yeah, I need to make mittens. I don't know when I'm going to cast those on. And then she put in a little green Crackers Keeper. This is, it's a mixed tape. It's a cassette tape. It says good vibes on it. Oh, you remember cassette tapes? I remember cassette tapes. I didn't have that many. I think once I was like a teenager, it was like CDs were like a big thing. CDs were just coming out. That's hilarious. Aging myself. That's okay. So thank you, Stacy, for all of the green yarn. I appreciate it. This is the green show. The green yarn show. All right, that's all my stash. We'll do life stuff real fast. It's been a good week and a bad week. We've had some good stuff happen and some bad stuff happen. So we'll start off with the good stuff. I guess the bad stuff's not bad. It's just annoying. But anyway. My husband had to go to the office every day this week. Oh my. My introvert heart is, or cup, my introvert cup is full and it's flowing, and I'm so excited to have, because my kids are back in school, so from like 8:30, my husband leaves at 8:30, from like 3 o'clock, the house is to myself, it's quiet, I can clean when nobody is around. I don't know what it is about having people in the house, it makes it so difficult to clean. So it's like, I need to mop today. I'm like, oh, I'll mop tomorrow. Oh, I'll mop tomorrow. I got so excited with my knitting, it's just like, I have to keep going. But today, I gotta mop today. Especially mopping is the worst. I can't mop with everybody in the house. Because I say, all right, I'm gonna mop. And then they're like, running through the house. I was like, oh, I just can't. So, yes, he had some visitors from China that came in for the whole week. So he went to the office. his company has like branches all over the globe, so they had a couple of them visit this week. So my husband has went to the office every day this week. So that's how I got to watch all of the TV. Because usually when he's home, I watch 1 or 2 episodes and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. Because I don't know what it is. I feel guilty when he's at home working and I'm watching TV. If I watch like 5 episodes of Ozark. But if he's not here, I don't care. So we had that. That was nice. I told you that my youngest, her bus got canceled, so I had to take her to school today, and I'm going to have to pick her up. I hate the pickup line. It is the worst. It is so chaotic. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. So this building, the school building, is the farthest away from us, so she has to ride the bus, or I have to drive her every day. I don't want to. We're not doing this every day. It's bad enough that I have to do it once or twice a month. So yes, I just have to get through the school year, and then she will walk, because the high school is right across the road from us, like right. I can see it out my window. And then the middle school is like 2 blocks down. So I live around a chaotic place, but if you don't have to go anywhere from like 2:30 to 3, it's fine. And if you don't have to go to the house like between 7 and 8 o'clock, that's good. That's when it's really busy. Yes. So I'm so excited. I will be so excited when they can start walking to school. I might be mean, but it's not that far away. It's not. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. So I will have to pick her up later. I will bring my knitting and I will just sit. I feel like if you don't get there early enough, you're going to be there forever. So I usually get there about a half hour early and I'll just knit in my car and listen to, I don't know, I'll probably bring my book actually. I think I'll bring my Kindle and I'll read. That's a plan. Sounds like a plan. What else happened this week? Oh, and my daughter, I forgot to mention this. Both of my kids decided to join band this year. They're both playing the flute, and my oldest forgot her flute today. I can't win today. Today is Monday. It feels like a Monday. She walked. I noticed like maybe 5 or 7 minutes after she left that she didn't have it. So I decided to just go for a walk and see if I could meet up with her. And I didn't see her at all. So I just turned around and headed back home. I could have dropped it off at the office, but I was afraid there was going to be a mix-up. She does not have a tag on it. I didn't want it to get lost. I was so afraid it was going to get lost. And she has band first hour, so I didn't know if she would get it. So I'm like, this is going to be a teachable moment. I tried my best to meet up with her, and if she would have remembered like halfway in her walk, started walking back, we would have met up with each other and she would have been fine and not late for school. But I bet as soon as she got to school, closed her locker and started walking to band, she'd be like, I don't have my flute. So I don't know what's going to happen today or how that went. She's probably having a bad day. So there was that. And Tuesday I had my first mammogram. That was an experience. I am not looking forward to doing this every year, but I will do it. It was painful. It hurt. And it was awkward. And that I'll just leave it at that. The person was very nice about it, and so it wasn't a big deal. She wasn't mean or nasty or anything, but now that I've went through it, I know what to expect, and it will just be another annoying appointment that I have to do. The joys of turning 40. It's okay. So I think that's that. I really don't have anything else. I got some laundry to fold today. And I think I'm gonna wind this up, cake it up. I might cast on. No, I don't know. I think I will. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping to at least finish one of those sock whips. I'm just gonna work on socks, and I'll work on my cowl in the evening. I think that's the plan. Or if I get bored, I'll work on my cowl in between my socks. I'm not in any rush to finish that cowl before the mystery knit along. I think it would be nice to have that to work on the evenings, because when it gets to the end of the day, I'm not going to want to work on the mystery knit along. I have a feeling there's a lot of thinking involved with those things, and I'm not going to want to do that. So I think it will be nice to have like maybe one sock and the cowl going at that time. Yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down in there. I love reading them. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you would like to be notified when I upload episodes. Usually they're every Monday. I've been pretty good about that. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.